Hey guys, Adam Driggers here with EliteFTS.com. I want to come to you today with the second installment about the jack shirts, what it takes to modify them, what helps you get them broke in, what makes them feel better, fit better. So wanted to talk to you about the second thing. First time we talked about trimming the sleeves. We talked about reinforcing the seam so that seam doesn't bust on you after you trim off the end and kind of create a weak spot there at the seam. But today I want to talk to you about getting the shirt to fit and getting it broke in until it does fit properly. These shirts have a strong taper on the sleeve. I showed you in the first video. You can see how the sleeve just kind of tapers in here. It does that all the way out to the end. This shirt's been trimmed off, so it would have even a more drastic taper if you had the whole sleeve here. I've trimmed a little over a ½ inch off of this shirt. But that does help, opens up the end of the sleeve some, but it's still really hard to get on. It's hard to get over the forearm because of the taper of the shirt. Can't trim much more off of it because the sleeve will be too short to really benefit the bench any. So got to be careful with how much you trim off. But one thing I found that works, especially when you're breaking in the shirt until it fits right, until it's got a little bit of stretch in it, is to flip the shirt inside out and use the shirt that way. Both of these shirts have 52 size sleeves. This shirt's inside out. This shirt's right side out. As you can see, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see on the video, but I'll post some pictures at the end of this video clip to show you the difference in picture. But if you can see, there's a drastic difference in the inside of the shirt between one that's the right side out and one that's the right side in, turned inside. However, it's going to be hard to show both shirts at the same time. This is the inside shirt, and as you can see, there's really no difference in the shirt if you put it on this way as regards to the correct way. The sleeves are still pointed in the same direction, chest plate still performs the same. Everything performs the same in this shirt inside out as it does with this shirt, the right side on the outside. The only difference is I've created a ton of room inside the arm between the two shirts. There's a lot of excess material on the sleeve in the seam of these shirts. There's a good ½ inch behind the seam of the shirt, and all that is inside the sleeve, as you can see here. Inside the sleeve, that creates a lot of space in there, or takes away a lot of space that is really needed when you're breaking in a new shirt until it's really fitted right and it's stretched right. So what I did was I just turned the shirt inside out. I put the shirt on this way. All that extra material is on the outside of the shirt. We talked about it in the gym. We figured out it wasn't going to be any different as far as the stress on the seam. It gave me a ton more room. I was able to get the shirt on better. I was able to take the shirt off easier, which is a big problem. We've all been in a shirt, been in it for a few sets, done a couple of heavy sets with it, forearms get jacked up, and the thing is hard to get off. Much easier to get off this way. And I did this for 2 sessions, breaking in a brand new shirt, put it on inside out just like this with the seam outside like this. I did in the second session with it turned inside out, I think I did 3 sets with it like this. Took it off because it's still a tight shirt, just not as tight as it would be turned the other way. And once I was able to put it back on or get it back on that day, I did 3 more sets with it right side out, and it felt great. It enabled me to, get the shirt broke in, get it warmed in, get it stretched up a little bit for that session, and by the time I was to my really heavy sets, I was able to turn it right side out and use it without much pain. I was able to keep it on for the last 3 or 4 sets of my session, whereas before, especially in the first session that I put it on, I was only able to leave it on for 1 bench at a time, and I'd have to pull it off, put it back on. So if you're having trouble with the sleeve being so tight that you can't get the shirt on, or you're having a hard time keeping it on, or having a hard time taking it off, try turning it inside out like this, creating yourself some room, and get it broken in this way. What's great about this, you can start wearing the shirt this way. It works. I had no problem touching with the shirt. I touched a one board with 605 in it. I had no problem with the pop. The pop felt great, felt good, felt strong. And what happened is, by the time I was to my heavy sets, when I put it back on, it tightened up just a little bit, so it felt like a fresh shirt all over again. So give it a try and see what you think. Let me know on my training log. I'd be happy to hear from you. Let me know how it worked for you. Give it a shot. When I reviewed the video, guys, I could tell you couldn't really tell a whole lot as far as the size of the sleeve from the previous video. So I want to just give you a few seconds of this. You can see this shirt is the right side out. This is the way the shirt is sent to you. This is the way the shirt is meant to be worn from metal. You can see how this shirt tapers in with the seam on the inside. You can see how much room is basically taken up here in this sleeve. This is the shirt turned inside out. Sorry, this video is a little shaky, guys, but I just really want to show you this. All this seam is outside. It opens up a lot of room right here in the sleeve. That's really taken away by the way the shirt tapers in here and tightens up there. So if you're having a problem with that sleeve being too tight, you know, really try and turn it inside out. Make that shirt work. Get it stretched out. Get it fitted. You really want a tight sleeve on these shirts. Really helps out. And so anything you can do to help the break-in process and get it to work properly and keep the tightest sleeve possible is just really the right thing to do. It's just a good idea.